what Dumond is trying to do is he's trying to say that John 7, when Yeshua is in the temple celebrating the festival of Sukkot, that John 7 all the way through John 10 is all one story, and it's all the same story.
But I have something, too, that John 1 through the end of the gospel is one story.
Okay, but what he's saying is it's all one time. So it's all happening during this one festival of Sukkot. It never breaks, is what Dumond is arguing. So then you would have to say, okay, well, what about the Sabbath it seems like all of a sudden we have a Sabbath in John 9:14. So that would break up the story first and foremost. He tries to say that he went up to the Mount of Olives and then he came back during the same festival, all these kind of things. Okay, and maybe that's not out of the realm of impossibility. I think that he's the only person who's come up with this theory. This is how he justifies the John 9:14 passage. This is from Joseph Dumond. Quote, and it was a Sabbath when Jesus made the clay and opened his eyes. The word translated Sabbath here is Sabbaton. And now he gives a Strong's number, which is G4521. Okay. And then his processor, his website doesn't read Greek, so it just has a bunch of question marks. Okay, I understand that. Whatever. And then it's Sabbaton, and I believe he has the entry. So he says, okay, of Hebrew origin, H7676, the Sabbath. That is Sabbath, or day of weekly repose from secular avocations. And this is directly out of Strong's. By extension, something that is the interval between two Sabbaths, likewise the plural in all above applications, Sabbath day or week. Now we're back to Dumond. Strong's has it wrong here. Sabbaton is number H7677. Yes, it originates from 7676, but there is a huge difference. 7677 is the word Sabbaton, and Sabbaton is a high holy day. Okay. I'm trying to be kind here. What Dumond is now trying to argue is that the Greek word Sabbaton, which could be translated Sabbath, comes from the Hebrew word Shabbaton, Shabbaton, right?
Yeah, that sounds like that's what he's saying.
Okay, and so what he's saying, maybe because they sound alike.
Yeah.
And this brings up the other issue. I believe this means that this gentleman is holding to maybe an Aramaic or a Hebrew primacy.
Not necessarily. He just is ignorant of he's ignorant of Jewish Greek.
Yes.
So it could be that it's not that he's like a Peshitta primacy or anything. That's not going to help him, by the way, because if the fact that he's quoting Strong's means he probably believes Greek is the language. You see what I mean? He's not saying the Greek is wrong. He's saying Strong's is interpreting the Greek wrong. So it seems like he's saying the Greek is okay, but this person just he has no understanding of Jewish Koine Greek because
it doesn't work like that.
And he doesn't understand. He's taking words that sound alike, but he doesn't understand Greek grammar. That Shabbat is the word that ends in a T sound, a T. And when it's imported, therefore it's third declension.
Yeah.
So in the genitive plural, it's going to be Sabbaton, because the Sabbat plus the on is going to sound like the Hebrew word Shabbaton, but because he doesn't understand how the Greek language works. And plus, if he just looked at the Septuagint, this would be evident to him as well. So there's not only is he unfamiliar with the importance of the Septuagint in our studies of first century Judaism, but also just the way Greek Jews were using the Greek language. So
okay, so
and that's unfortunate because this is it's sad because it's another example of someone who sounds, oh wow, now he's taking Strong's to task. is like, it's like, wow, and it sounds right. He must be right. And he's talking about a high Sabbath, and he is saying Scripture alone, and he's mixing these things, and so people think that, oh, must be true, but in fact, he needs to go to school.
Yeah.
Sorry, I mean, I didn't. It's God decided to give the Scriptures in Hebrew and Aramaic and Greek. That's not our choice. We're confronted with that reality, and therefore it's upon us to do our homework. And this guy hasn't done his homework.